So we'll start it up today. This is times 3, once again from West Hollywood Silver Spoon. And we have our usual commentators here, Don Sherman, Harry Northup, and as Don has just pointed out, we've added another one, Harvey Sid Fisher.
Hey, that's me.
That's him.
That's me.
He's just a guest.
With a haircut, by the way. If you'd seen him last week, a little bushy.
And David is still behind the camera.
And me, David Lloyd Glover, yes, the voice behind the camera.
To play his guitar and sing some of his astrology songs about 15 years ago with a friend of ours, Al Maines, at the Kibitz room at Cantor's. I thought you did a marvelous job.
Yeah, but that's just one thing. The man is amazing. He's like a legend, you know. He's an actor. He's a male model. He's a golf pro. He's a philosophy instructor. He's a medical advisor. He has
medical advisor.
I'm one of LA's top 10 million photographic models.
Really?
Top 10 million.
Right now he's a writer.
Which would put you, really up there.
Is that a hard job to like let the look beautiful and be handsome for a living?
Yes, it is. It does take a certain kind of a gift. You can't be born with. It's not just looks. You know, there's times you go into a shot, the photographer doesn't really know what to do. You can make the shot happen for him by just like watch. I'll show you.
Idea.
I just asked you one little question. If you got more to talk about?
Was I talking?
No.
Don, the other thing you forgot about,
what?
Harvey is writing right now. You're writing for a magazine or newspaper these days?
An online magazine. They give me a press pass. I keep
passing. Man as well.
I can't finish a sentence here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Well, you're at times 3. There is no finishing of sentences.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What's it called? Hollywood Today?
I was just thinking, if he's out of work, he's out of work in about 7 different jobs. You get unemployment for each profession?
Well, now that's a deal.
There's no unemployment in my business.
You're an artist.
What's the title of the magazine? Is it Hollywood Today that you're writing for?
HollywoodToday.net.
Yeah.
And
there we got it.
What is the difference between old Hollywood and Hollywood today?
You know what old Hollywood is? Jackie Gale used to stand up at Schwab's and he'd call Hollywood the land of the walking dead, and he'd say, you people have been dead in here for 20 years. They think they're alive, but they've been dead.
Oh no, actors are wonderful, and the people behind us.
Are we old Hollywood?
I think it's everybody's old Hollywood.
Old Hollywood is like
ready for old.
Well, what are the standards then that you don't live up to now? As an actor? You mean modern day Robert De Niro, is he as good as Clark Gable?
Yeah, well, they're different type of actors.
But they're actors, right? Does it matter the era you're acting in? I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait,
it's easier to look in the past because things have settled. But no, he's a great actor. So is Clark Gable is a great mythic Hollywood personality. I love him both.
I had a friend who was in class with De Niro. Said De Niro was he'd act down the yellow line down the middle of the street if he was at in a one class he went down to Soho or something downtown Delancey Street to get a pair of shoes for just the right kind of shoes for a scene in class.
In class?
In class. He just and you can't beat those guys at an audition.
Delancey Street.
You can't beat those dreamers, you know.
Well, his father was a minor painter, and his mother was always hanging around with poets. It would be poets and painters in his room. Remember what his father went to Hans Hoffman when he was studying at the Art Students League, and he asked,
no, he didn't
Hans
call
Hoffman,
me that morning. He usually calls me every morning.
I want you to be the godfather for Robert, my son. And you know what Hans Hoffman said?
What?
How much is it going to cost me?
Nice guy.
Well, you know,
he was a famous abstract expressionist, right?
Yes,
Hans Hoffman.
Hans Hoffman. And did you know that Robert De Niro Sr. was ripped off by the Salander O'Reilly Gallery in that great big scam, in New York.
Admiral.
His art was ripped off?
Ripped off by the dealer, Salander O'Reilly, which that was a huge scandal.
Really?
Yeah, they're talking about millions of dollars that were sold out from under artists. who were being represented by the Sounder O'Reilly Gallery. Robert De Niro Sr. was one of them.
Oh my God, why hasn't his son done something about that?
I'm sure they sent the boys over to straighten the guy out.
Okay, as long as he was...
Where are you from? You're from Manhattan?
Yeah, Washington Heights.
Washington.
Manhattan, yes.
That used to be a great neighborhood. Has that maintained its...
I haven't been there, I've been living here.
So you haven't been back in a while?
A lot of Dominicans this time around there now. What street is that, like 120? 120?
No, it's further.
190th.
It's up to about 200 on 90th Street.
So that's not far from where you grew up, right?
Bronx, yeah. Bronx is not too far from there. The wealthier people lived there at one time. The intellectuals lived there at Washington Heights. Highly intellectual.
What year did you come to Hollywood, Harvey?
69.
I got here in 68. What area did you move? Here, West Hollywood, when you came here?
Yeah, kind of this area.
Do you have trouble adjusting to the life out here?
No,
East Coast people complain about that. I don't know.
Golfing in Toronto, golf in New York, golf in California. Somehow the air is, carries the ball the same. Except in Colorado, Denver, it goes further because the air is thinner.
Where'd you learn golf?
In Toronto. I lived in Toronto for a while.
Toronto.
Oh, really? Toronto. David's a Canadian.
I am a Canadian. And you are a partial Canadian.
Yeah, nice place. I just walked into town and I said I was an actor, and they gave me jobs.
Yeah, well, they need actors in Toronto.
That's the great thing about the acting field. It's open to anybody who wants to jump in there and go through the pains and the agony.
Fisher right there. AstrologySongs.com, HarveySidFisher.com.
Did you mention I also write songs? I did.
Yes, he wrote one great song which we would love to hear, but one of the strings broke on
One of the strings broke.
guitar. And
Well, you were on this Chevrolet commercial. That was kind of a big score a few months back.
Yeah, he played.
You were the young guy? The young guy or the older guy?
How about doing an a cappella?
But in your heart, you were really the younger guy. You would have rather.
I think that was the idea.
No, I look at the commercial and all I see is an old man.
You got a good head of hair.
Yeah, well, this is my last revenge on this town. You know, having a good head of hair.
Yeah.
You want to go a cappella?
A cappello?
With your song?
A cappello? Is that near?
Acapella.
Is that near?
Yeah, that's near Tustin.
Again, near the Gulf of.
That's near Montecito.
Yeah. No, I think it's near.
Is that near Tijuana?
You did
Tustin.
There's the owner of the Silver Spoon over there, Andy. Do you mind if we record a song on the guitar?
Yes, I do.
You do mind? Okay, that's the Silver Spoon. There's rules, and we can't.
There are rules of the Silver Spoon. No strumming allowed.
But it's still a great place.
No busking.
We love to come here.
You did, Harvey. You did a beautiful job singing to Don and Maven at the Chateau Marmont Penthouse Suite on the 19th of November.
And it only cost me $1,000, and that was.
Yeah, 2-drink minimum. I think somebody hosted us for those 2 drinks.
What I really wanted you to hear was the lyrics for that song was so good. You can sing it. You can do the lyrics.
Sure.
Hollywood Screenwriter it's called.
Hollywood Screenwriter. He was a dreamer as a child from the day he could talk. He must have learned to run before he could walk. He wrote cool, clever stories when he was alive with no support from his working class mom or his dad. Hollywood Screenwriter.
Great.
Could have been a rock song.
You could, let's see, is it on YouTube? If it's not on YouTube, I'll put it up on YouTube. Go to astrologysongs.com.
Well, guess what? It is going up on YouTube.
Astrology
This
songs.
video.
YouTube/astrology songs, and there's all sorts of my songs there, including the astrology songs.
What kind, honey?
A vegetable. Cup.
It's a YouTube world, you know.
Was that lyric something like without a song they could never end or something like that? There's something about the importance of a song. It's important all of the songs, right?
It's great. YouTube is great that people can put any idea they want on camera and show it to a whole bunch of people, and people can watch it.
Yeah, like they're watching you now.
It's going to lead to a phenomenal world. We can do some great things. We gotta dig in and solve some of these problems.
You've got a lot of optimism here.
You gotta write a couple of songs about everybody's peaceful, everybody good time, and everybody's laughing, and their babies are being born, and the food is all good, and nobody's
Babies are not being born. There's a very low birth rate.
It's just life today.
There's a very low birth rate in the world now.
Low birth rate, I'm surprised.
Low sperm counts.
Really? With all those fashions that the designers today, and how they contrive to provoke the poor, unfortunate man.
You know, if love is blind, why is lingerie so popular, huh?
Very good. Did you write that? That's very
You use that line at the chateau.
Oh, why'd you have to tell?
Why?
You never tell. If you know the payoff of a joke, you tell it before the guy finishes it.
I waited. Nothing wrong with that. It's good. Whether it's a Chateau Marmont or the Silver Spoon.
You got to give some credit for delivery as well as creation.
You talk about poor people.
I wasn't talking about poor people, but if you want to talk about poor people, we can talk about poor people.
Okay.
There are plenty of them.
Yeah, we're all sitting around the table right now.
Yeah.
Here's the way I look at myself.
Sure, the rich people are out making the money. Who else
I'm a
sits
poor
around?
actor, I'm a poor poet, I'm a poor scholar.
No, you're a rich actor. You're a retired actor. You get a pension. You don't have to go work. You don't have to get up early. You can go write poems, and that people don't even understand.
Sit here with the schmooze with
and you publish the books and you put them out. You're very active.
Boy, you're making it. Hey, can I have your job?
No.
That sounds good.
You could have his life. You could have his.
Yeah, what job? It's his life.
He has a great
Oh, yeah.
history of motion picture acting, and now the world of poetry.
We're alive, that's the main thing, right? One time I was
Are we
walking out
alive?
here,
We're alive.
Harvey, one time I was walking out here with Don a couple of months ago, and he says, we were commiserating about something. I says, oh, at least we're all alive, that's the only thing that counts. He says, it's the only thing that counts.
Well, if you're not alive, it's pretty hard to get ahead in the world.
You call this living?
Yeah, this is it. They should ask you before you go into it, do you want this? Little sperm, man, ask you, do you want to be part of this? That you're going to be born, you're going to get old, you're going to die. What do you think? They don't get too many offers.
There's no manual for this thing.
Look,
There's no manual on this.
sometimes the most elemental things, having a cup of coffee, eating a meal, taking a shower, making love with a woman, those are some of the simplest things, but they're some of the most enjoyable things in the world, right? Harvey singing, you telling
You
comedy.
call lovemaking simple?
I feel sorry for
You call
David.
lovemaking simple?
Yeah.
Like, you compare that to coffee and taking a shower?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there's some things that are simple, but that is a little complicated.
That's right.
Especially when there's two people involved. Now, that really is a problem. Oh, no, it could be a single act,
But then it's not love. What is it? It's masturbation.
One hand clapping.
Yeah, it's a party. it's
One
quiet
person
party.
is depressing. Even for the person, if he faces up to it, he gets depressed. He has to keep
Well,
his acting.
once there's two, it gets complicated. Get to three, and boy, you really got
I
problems.
never did 3.
That's a tough topic to find a chord on.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the quiet unsaid.
Well,
You have to be a politician to understand that one.
And some people look at this good-looking guy here. 100 girls want to make love to him. The guy is not that good looking. He has a hard time.
Yeah. Well, of course, in West Hollywood, it could be 100
His
guys.
teeth. He has to wash. He has to get dressed up nice.
It's a miracle when two people like each other. It's a miracle we're here together.
Yeah, and we're getting along pretty close together. We're getting along well. We'll show people have something in common.
Harvey, you studied with Stella Adler, right?
Yes.
How was she? Was she really, did she want people to imitate her, or was she, that's just a cliche? She was a prima donna, right?
Hey, you asking a question, or you filling in the answer too? I mean,
We have to know Harry. He answers your question.
I don't have to be answered.
I can't get him to wait for you. He doesn't understand that a question is to be waiting and somebody
Let
answers.
Harvey answer.
Go ahead.
Stella Adler was a great lady. You know, Shelley Winters had a thing about her that she said to me, she saw Stella acting, and Stella had the ability to leave the stage and still be there.
There you go. It's the after image,
That's when Shelley...
the after effect. That's fantastic.
She had a way of leaving herself there on the stage. I don't know what she meant by that.
Is it a ghost?
I asked her once, she once left the scarf on the chair.
Well, that thing you told me about him buying shoes just for rehearsal, just for class.
But she was a lady who was, I thought, more important than her students. She always had this panache about her. You know, she'd come into class one day, rip a blouse open. An actor should never be afraid of their body, you know.
How'd she look?
Well, the students were afraid of her body, but she wasn't.
She was older at that time. She was married to Harold Clurman, right?
I don't know. At one time, maybe.
Brando, he met them when he came to New York, and he said they helped educated him. You know, a guy from Nebraska.
Someone said about Brando that somebody in his class, to send Brando to learn method is like sending a tiger to jungle school. I mean, he already had it. You know, he didn't need to learn how to do method.
I think they can hurt actors' instruction a lot. Some people are just natural actors, and you just inhibit them. Analysis, especially humor, my God. When people try to analyze a joke and why it's funny, it's just a natural thing.
Well, I only have one tip for all young actors.
What's that?
That is, if you, am I going to be able to finish this sentence?
Yes, I'm waiting. You see how I'm waiting patiently? I'm not here. He doesn't know that. He never went to that school.
My tip to all young actors is, if you ever have a death scene,
Yes.
always try and fall in a doorway. That way, if they shoot in the other room, you may get another day's work out of it.
Perfect advice from Harvey Sid Fisher. Well, you know, Harvey, we have a tradition now. It's the word of the day, and we're going to ask you to provide the final word of the day, because we're getting to the end of our program, and we close out with the final word of the day.
Oh, nobody told me that.
And it's a single word.
No one told you anything.
Oh, one word?
Just one word that you're going to leave us all with.
Okay, let's go.
I'm
We have a time limit on this one word.
Rashomon.
Oh, that's a good
Rashomon.
word, Rashomon. Yeah, that's Japanese. Repeat. Does it mean a repeat experience?
Is that related to Rosh Hashanah?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Jewish
Japanese version of the Rosh Hashanah.
You know, if you marry a Jewish girl from Japan,
Yes.
your mother-in-law is going to be an Oriental.
Okay, let's close on that.
I think we have to.
Yeah, that's it.
So from the West Hollywood Silver Spoon, we say goodbye.
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 Goodbye.